The 2020s have seen the revival of a handful of nameplates that were discontinued decades ago or have been long forgotten. And one badge that many enthusiasts are excited to see make a return is the Type S. Now being the moniker that differentiates the performance variant from standard models, Acura is preparing themselves to go head-on with the Germans, as the 2022 TLX Type S is here to add a new twist to the compact sports sedan market. With many competitors standing in the way, what can Acura offer that no one else has previously attempted? And that is a sedan that handles like a track-focused car, while at the same time still being civilianized enough where buyers looking for some comfort and luxury from a brand not from Germany or Europe might be allured by the newest addition to this segment. So here are 5 reasons why you should buy a 2022 Acura TLX Type S. For sports sedans, it's more than straight line speed and performance that captivates enthusiasts. It's also the driving environment and interior layout that can sometimes be what defines a vehicle in this market. In recent history, Acura has leaned towards being dynamic and sporty rather than full-on luxury, and what they've learned by reviving the NSX nameplate has slowly trickled down to their sedans and crossovers, as the dashboard design, wide center console, and even the seat positioning turns what would be an average cabin in this segment into a driver-focused, fighter jet-like cockpit that inspires you to get behind the wheel and have some fun. We often get caught up in technology, large infotainment systems, and full digital gauge clusters. But for the TLX Type S, you're met with more of an old-school layout, where you have analog gauges, which do look pretty nice, while also having an easy-to-read information display, as we see with most new vehicles today. But then when you look over the dashboard, you have physical buttons that are within arm's reach, including a drive mode selector. And as you take a glance at the center console, the trackpad for the infotainment system and a wireless phone charging pad will be conveniently placed here to hammer home that this interior is specifically designed for buyers who prefer the driving experience rather than getting caught up in the aesthetics. It should be worth noting that the infotainment system is nowhere close to being the best in this market. And rather than having that trackpad, it would be nice to see Acura follow competitors by offering a touchscreen or rotary dial to improve functionality and user-friendliness. It's rare these days for brands to get away with offering a large vehicle in a compact segment. Yet Acura seems to have made it work with the TLX. When looking at exterior dimensions, the Type S is marginally smaller than a BMW 5 Series, which, to put that into perspective amongst its competitors, is about 9 inches longer and 3 inches wider than a BMW 3 Series, and you're going to notice similar size discrepancies across the board when cross-shopping other European sports sedans. On one hand, you're going to have better practicality with a decent-sized trunk, and up front, there's a good amount of shoulder room. But sadly, the length of this car doesn't translate to the back seats, where unfortunately taller passengers will feel a bit claustrophobic. You would think that with a bigger car you'd be paying more, and yet with a base price of $52,800, that undercuts the BMW M340i xDrive and Mercedes Benz C43 AMG. As always, there will be add-ons, but unlike rivals, all tech and comfort features come standard, and all that's left is exterior upgrades, making the starting price appealing, especially in 2021, with cars being expensive thanks to the shortages. For enthusiasts, it all comes down to performance and capability, and that leads us to number 3 on our list. With longer and wider dimensions and extra weight, it's only natural to think that the Acura TLX Type S wouldn't be the most nimble on the roads when going head-to-head with the Audi S4 or BMW M340i. And yet somehow its cornering ability and agility doesn't reflect the overall size of this sedan. When engaging Sport Plus mode, steering and suspension tighten up, providing great feedback and an enhanced sensation of being connected to the road, while at the same time gear shifts become aggressive to increase your level of excitement when carving your way through back roads. Compared to non-German rivals like the Genesis G70, Kia Stinger GT, Infiniti Q50S Red Sport, and its closest competitor, the Cadillac CT5, the Type S feels very much at home on roads with sharper corners, as there's very little body roll. But also it's quicker to respond when it comes to steering input. On the flip side, everyone is eager to point out that the Type S isn't the quickest in a straight line, and falls behind almost every sports sedan in this price range. But considering the fact that it's almost identical in length to a BMW 5 Series, and outsizes everything in this segment besides the Cadillac CT5, a slower 0 to 60 time is worth the sacrifice if you don't need or desire owning a sedan that's fast off the line. Under the hood, a 3-liter turbocharged V6 engine that puts out 355 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque is paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission and will offer more than enough passing power on the highway. But more importantly, the transmission shifts so quickly, especially from first through fourth gear, making accelerations exhilarating and addicting. Obviously, the TLX Type S has its shortcomings. However, this sedan is truly fun to drive and should appeal to enthusiasts looking for a captivating daily driver. Often, sports sedans can juggle playing two roles simultaneously to be both comfortable and performance-oriented, specifically models that have adaptable suspensions. But the TLX Type S adds another dimension to the equation that ultimately makes it a unique vehicle. Continuing on with the driving characteristics, when accessing some of the softer settings and drive modes, the Type S relaxes and the suspension adjusts to be less rigid. And now you have a comfortable commuter car. But it doesn't fully shake off its aggressive nature, where you'll inevitably lose interest in driving it altogether. This is compounded by the interior, which isn't plush or resembles a Mercedes Benz C-Class. The leather seats with ultra-suede inserts and the carbon fiber inlay on our model keeps you immersed in a driving enthusiast state of mind. While you have soft touch padding and the bolstering of the seats keep you secure and in place, you're not going to be lulled into being laid back or carefree when you're out cruising. However, rather than reinventing the wheel, Acura chose to upgrade the mechanical aspects of the sedan to supplement the interior. And it's because of that the Type S is the happy medium between offering a spirited yet comfortable ride that's suitable for weekday commutes. Acura may not be the first brand you think of when talking about luxury and even performance, but the revitalization of this Japanese manufacturer, where they're giving buyers a responsible amount of power, crisp handling, stiffened suspension, and a nice interior with the TLX Type S, is just an appetizer and small taste of what they're capable of. In turn, this sedan surprised us, mostly when it comes to the driving dynamics, as it's more engaging than other non-German competitors, but also it doesn't feel as large as the dimensions would suggest when being behind the wheel. Even better, the Type S is a modern interpretation of an enthusiast-focused sedan that doesn't compromise sporty attributes with a fake perception of luxuriousness. And best of all, it doesn't pretend to be something it's not. As a result, what you get is a fun daily driver that may not do everything perfect, but offers just enough where you may not miss owning a European sports car. We hope you enjoyed this quick buyer's guide for the 2022 Acura TLX Type S. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you're interested in buying a TLX Type S or any other sports sedan, make sure to check out our full reviews to help you find your next vehicle. And thanks for watching.